Thank you all for coming. So, we go ahead and get straight to, whatever questions that you all have, regarding practice or whatnot.
Obviously, pretty thin group at cornerback. What are you hoping to see out of those guys Saturday?
You know what? Some people could look at it as thin. I look at it, we got a lot of DBs playing a lot of different positions, so we're pretty much adding quality depth because there's a lot of guys that play a lot of different spots, and they know the terminology, they know the defense, because you're a lot more aware of the defense when you play multiple spots. So I'm just looking for those guys to go out there, compete, and make some plays.
What guys have you seen improve the most over the course of spring ball?
To be honest, all of them. Even the guys that, right now haven't all the way, been able to do everything, but they still been able to do some things. Even those guys have worked a lot, or even guys who, for whatever reason, have missed all the spring just because they've grown so much mentally, right? Just as people, as persons, and just learning the defense. So I think that's important.
How has Damani come on since he, was able to start doing stuff on the field?
It's fortunate that he's been able to, be a mid-year, because a lot of things that we asked him to do are different than what maybe he was asked to do in the past. I mean, just from zone concepts or different things, and I think he's grown a lot to where all of a sudden he can go on the board himself and draw up formations and draw up concepts. He understands what's going on.
Expectation that we won't see Makai Saturday?
You know what? We'll wait and see. Right now, just rather be safe than sorry, but we'll see.
Last week you talked about Sear Wright and maybe finding out if he wanted to be here or was he dedicated all the time he needed. Have you seen a change?
So I think that was taken the wrong way. So when I definitely said that, I was saying that he has a lot of things going on. There's a lot of people that's trying to figure out when they're in college, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do after college. He already kind of has figured out what he's going to do after college. And that's why his biggest opponent, I think, is Sierra. It'd be different if I said his worst opponent is who we're going to play against next, and that's a problem, right? So when I say, Sierra's biggest issue is Sierra is because he has so much going on. When you have so much going on, your time's limited. You got to know where you're going to put that particular time. And I think he's grown tremendously right now during spring.
Donte, you're obviously somebody who's very involved in recruiting. How have you kind of seen the landscape change with NIL and all the promises that are being made to even high school kids?
It's not really promises I guess coaches can make, but the biggest thing is recruiting has changed every year. Right? From whether, like I said, 1 year was text message, this year is NIL, it's changed every year. But it's all about the guys who could adapt. And right now, I'm fortunate enough that we know we got the right coaches, we got the right administration to where people here can adapt. So I think we'll be fine, and I think we'll continue to grow.
What are your expectations for a guy like Josh Jackson, when he is finally
He's moving better. I think he's learned the position. The biggest thing for him is not, what he could do physically. The biggest thing what he could do was mentally, just because, his pretty mental aspect as a DB was different because he's been playing offense his whole life. So I think right now he's grown a lot, just even the questions he's asked. At first, he was pretty much embarrassed to ask the question and speak up. Now he has no problem doing that.
Being that spring practice is kind of nearing its end, how did it feel to just work primarily with defensive backs after last season?
You know what? No matter what, if Coach Riley told me he wanted me to coach the quarterbacks, I'll do my best doing it. So it's not like what, primarily doing with anything. It's just, I guess for me, it's just going out here coaching football and being around people that you like to be around. That's what's important to me.
As a defensive guy, how tough is it to go up against a Lincoln Riley offense?
It's tough just because, what you see one day is not what you're going to see the next, and then every play is a build off the next play. So, like I say, it's credit to us that it gets us prepared in practice day to get prepared what's going to happen in the season. But at the same time, other defenses in real games are going to have to try to stop it.
This is trials.
Thank you. Right on.